Hello? 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 That's disconnecting. Hey!
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing, Miss Maya?
Hi.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Yep. Hello, Mommy. Miss Lyla. Hey, Mom. Miss Lyla. Hey, Mom. Hello. Hey. It's me, Jimmy. How you doing, Mommy? Good to see you. Oh, how you feeling? You up today? And I like that top you got on. You see me? You must have been asleep today. You sleepy today? Can you see me? I see you. Your eyes are nice and bright. You gonna smile for me today? Miss Carter's up today. How's that baby doing? Hey, Mom. Miss Lyla. Can you see me? I see you. I'm so here. Can you see me today? Were you asleep earlier? Have you slept good today? You must have been asleep for a while. Oh, now you see me. I got a little bit of a smile from you. I'm glad to see you smiling today, Mom. Always happy when I see you smiling. So how's that baby doing? Is that baby doing good? There you go. A nice big smile. A nice pretty smile. There you see me. Yep, it's me. Like that big head son of yours. See that big bald head? It's me. She talking. Miss Carter's talking about something. You turn it and there's see something I was into. That's your friend. Oh, there you go. You can see me and you smile. That is nice. It's a beautiful day out today. And soon, nobody have to wear a mask soon. So soon they'll be able to come and sit in your room with you. And finally, the virus is almost over. It's getting a little bit better. So you see anybody this week? Did you see Diane? Did you see Judy? Did you see Rachel? Did you see Marshall? Did you you see Tootie? Did you see Jason? Or Rachel or Neil? Or did you see Sharon? Did you see Sharon yesterday? Or it's Frowny Friday. And you got me. I don't know who Miss Carter's talking to, but she got, I hear other people talking too. So I don't know what day, maybe one day this week I may able to come up and see you again. So I hope they let us come. As soon this virus is going to be over. Oh, uh-oh. The baby fell. We have to let somebody come and let them know that you dropped the baby. The baby will be okay. Yeah, I'll sit with you for a little bit. I'm still laughing a little bit. That's good. I was thinking about Thelma. You had a friend that you went to school with named Thelma Ray. And then Aunt Dean's real name was Thelma, and that used to be Thelma Hunter. And a couple of times, she had to call the house, and she was making like collect calls, and they would ask for Thelma Hunter. I didn't know who they were talking about. So I don't know nobody named Thelma Hunter, and I wouldn't take the call. You remember that? She would be calling and said, Thelma Hunter on the phone. I said, ain't nobody here named, I don't know nobody named Thelma Hunter. I know Thelma Ray. That was the friend that went to school with you. Remember her? Thelma went to school, and she had a daughter named Eunice. And they lived on Eden Street, just a couple of doors down. They lived on the corner of Eden and Igger Street. We lived 1006, they lived 1000. So I can remember the house they lived in. It was an apartment. I don't know what apartment it was, but that was your friend from school. She was a friend for a long time. And I guess Eunice is still somewhere here in Baltimore City. I have a friend that knows her, but I don't think he knows where she's at right now. A guy named Rodney lived up the street. And Rodney knew her, he knew Ray, he knew Winston. Remember Winston lived next door to us? I used to think Winston was a cripple. And I found out that Winston was gay, and that's why he walked differently. I thought he was crippled, and for some reason, but Winston turned out to be a famous artist. So somewhere, some of his paintings are around the city, and he did pretty good for himself. And then his father, or somebody in his family, was on TV. He's deceased now, but I used to be on television too. So that was an interesting block. 1000 block of Eden Street, right across the street from Madison Square. We lived right there, had the park right in front of the house every day. Then they tore part of the park down and put apartments up. Remember they put the apartments up, and then they put a school up, Madison Square Elementary School, up on Middle Street. And then they blocked off Chase Street. But they end up tearing down the apartment so that it's back to being a park again. But it used to be a park with benches and walkways and fountains and flower beds. See, this is, hold on one second, Mom. Hello? Yes. Pretty good, Miss Barker. How you doing? I'm FaceTiming my mother as we speak. I make myself available every time you guys ask. So, yeah, of course I will be. And you're the new social worker? Well, you're here to the other one. I'm not going to make any casting dispersions, but it's good to hear a call. You're proactive, which is nice. So I appreciate that. And Wednesday, 11 a.m. And that's no, my FaceTime my mother every Friday. Yeah, so Wednesday's fine, okay? Miss Barksdale, thank you ever so much. I appreciate that. And I look forward to talking to you. You too, thank you. Bye-bye. Well, that was FutureCare call. Miss Barksdale just called. She's a social worker. What is that? What is that? Something like that. Anyway, who is that? Just walked in. Hey, Mom, the social worker just called, so they're going to have a quarterly family meeting at Wednesday. So they'll tell me everything, how you doing and how you eating and things like that. So you're looking real good. You look real pretty today. Now we'll find out who that was in the background person. Oh, you going to lean forward? Oh, you do see me. It's good to see you. You look so pretty. Your skin looks beautiful.
Come on, let's go.
Who is that? Hi, Miss Carter. Hello, Miss Carter. This is Miss Lyla's son. Yeah, so we were talking about Eunice and talking about the town about Eaton Street. I can remember right now when you would have, I would come outside and we would put Sharon in a baby carriage. You had a carriage, and you would come outside and we would go across the street, and I could run in the grass a little bit, and you had Sharon in the baby carriage and walk around the baby carriage, and it was a water fountain. When I was bigger, y'all would pick me up and let me drink water out of that fountain. I remember that so good. And then across the street and down the corner was a store, a big store, right on Eden and Bigger Street. And then across the other side of the square was that real pretty Catholic church. It was a Catholic. The building's still there, but it was very pretty when it was newer. We're talking over 60 years ago. And it was all a very nice area, and we were right there, had a beautiful park every day, look outside. Every day. And then over top of us was Dot, and her husband's name was Popeye. And sometimes they would hog the phone, we had a party line. And we'd pick up the phone, and somebody would already be on the phone. And they would be on the phone all day long. So people used to have what they call party lines. And it wasn't really a whole lot of fun. And then, of course, I used to run upstairs and run in their apartment. And she had a bunch of children up there. So sometimes I would sneak upstairs, and then you wouldn't come get me. You would make Dad come and get me. But I'd be in trouble then. Then I'd get a beating. So running up the house and running up the steps. But to me, it was just running up the steps. I don't know. But there was kids up there, and we could act crazy. And I can't remember what their place looked like. I can just remember running around with a bunch of children and then scared to come down and stuff because I knew I was going to get a beating. And then next door, Ray and Pinky and Peanut lived. Pinky and Pee Wee. Pee Wee was your cousin. Pinky was the youngest daughter. And Ray was the big girl that lived in the house. She was 12 when I was about 3. So and I can remember asking her how old she was. And she said, I'm 12 years old. And years later, I ran into her and I asked her again how old she was. And she was exactly 9 years older than me. So I remembered that correctly all that time. I was right. Yeah. I remember playing in the backyard, playing in their backyard. Remember fighting the kids that lived in Winston's house. The very first time I was ever in a fight, I was about 3 years old, and I remember it. And I remember this little boy when we got Diane from the hospital. Uncle Daniel took us to the hospital to get Diane from the hospital at Sinai over on Rutland Avenue. And we got back home. One of your friends came by, she had a son. And he might have been my age, but he scratched Diane. He scratched her, I beat him up. That's the first time I can remember being in a fight. And I beat this boy up. And then every time he came around after that, I wanted to fight him. He scratched Diane. I never did forgive him, but that he had scratched Diane. And it wasn't good for him. Yeah. So I'm gonna tell him to give you your doll maybe back, your babies on the floor. So when she comes back in, I'll tell her she gotta pick the baby up because you missed that baby. But if we're lucky, it's gonna be a nice. Springtime is here. It's gonna get warmer. You'll be able to go outside more and have more company. And soon you'll be able to come out the room and go back down to the activities center. And that's going to be good too. Go down to the activities. So I don't know what Miss Carter just said. Yeah. It should be lunchtime soon. I see you too. Yeah. And maybe have some good food. They'll bring something good to eat today. And I know the food used to be real good. I hope it's still good. I hope it's something like, what is that noise? That's the TV, or is that Miss Carter? That must be Miss Carter. You looked over there. It's not Miss Carter, you didn't do it? I'm Miss Carter. Yeah. You come say hi? Oh. There comes somebody to say hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom. Hey, it's Niecy. Ah, you got a pretty top on. How you doing? Huh? No, it's Niecy. It's Lyla. Hello, good morning. You sleepy today? Ah. Hello. Ah, how you doing? Huh? You doing good today? You dropped the baby? Uh-oh, you gonna get in trouble. He's sleepy.
Yeah, she's around.
You gonna take a nap?
It should be time for me to eat lunch soon.
Ooh, I get found out getting stuff. I just wanted to say hello. Oh. See you, Mom.
Where you going?
Bye.
Where you going?
I'm going away.
You see Niecy back there, Mom?
Hey.
Hey,
Mom.
she's probably a little sleepy now. Yeah. But she's dropping the dog too, so that's might make her a little more irritated.
See you, Mom. Bye.
She goes over
Coming out?
Yeah.
He gonna let you out?
Yeah. All right.
Okay, Mom. You see me?
Hello? I can't.
You okay?
Who?
You was coughing for a little bit. I heard you say I can't do something. What happened, Mom? It's me. It's Jimmy. See? Big head.
Always me. Me? What's his name?
Okay. There's something in your throat. I get that pollen gets in my throat this time of year. I get the cough too. I don't sneeze. When there's a lot of pollen, it gets in my throat. It makes me cough. Yep. So I'll be glad when after the pollen season is over. So when Miss Maya comes back, so I ask her to pick up your dog. Whoever comes back. So we talked about Eden Street today, which is all started me talking about the Talmuds. You had a friend, Miss Hazel. Big light-skinned woman used to come by. I think she worked at Hopkins Hospital. And she went to school. Then there was a woman, Miss Pulliam, that used to work at Church Home Hospital. Remember, she had the dance card. She kept it all over the years. Who was Miss Carter talking to now? Is she talking to me? She talking to you? She talking to somebody? Yes, I don't know who she's talking to. She's not talking to us. She's something else, isn't she? Yeah, who was it? It was a woman, Annie Greenspring. Who was the woman who used to make the cakes on Double Street? Nobody would eat them but me. But she made them. They were really good cakes. She even made them with lard. What's her name? Who's Miss Annie? I think it was her name. She had they had the laundromat on Biddle Street, right down there by 101. And she lived on the right-hand side of the street. Judy Trent Violet lived on Biddle Street too, right there by the railroad tracks, right out almost under the railroad tracks, where those tracks were. That had to be a noisy house to live in. Huh? Remember how the houses right on Washington and Biddle Street? Yeah, they were right there at the tracks. So if you lived there, you'd be jumping up and down all day long. Every time the train went by, the head was shaking and noisy and the horns blowing. Beep, beep. And we lived a few blocks away, but it was still loud sometimes. So is that a drink, Mom? Miss the cup? What you got there? What was you were picking up? Is that a cup of water? Well, they'll be in a second. I can get them to hand you your doll and see if they can hand you your cup. I think they move everything out of the way so you wouldn't touch this computer. You know, they want to be sure you don't knock over the computer, so they move everything out of the way for a minute. But they'll be back in a minute. She should be back any minute now. Yeah. So I don't know who's coming. It might be Miss Millie this time. It might be Miss Bessie. Or it might be Miss Maya again. But should be somebody. I'm just glad the wintertime is over. And it's springtime. I was talking about that all the time. This is my favorite time of year, springtime. I love the spring. Everything about the spring. All the flowers, the leaves, coming back. All those seeds and stuff that be out in the street, I don't mind the bugs, I don't mind anything. As long as it's warm, I like to be warm. I don't like the cold. I don't like nothing about the cold at all. And the food is better when it's summertime, and springtime and summertime. It's a bunch of beans and potatoes and stuff all weather time. You can eat all of nice light food, seafood, things like that. That's what I'd rather eat. Light, you don't have to eat a lot of heavy stuff. So don't try to get the doll. I'll get the young lady when she comes back. I'll get her to hand you the doll, okay? So don't pick up the doll. She'll pick it up for you. So sure, they get the visitors will come back and it won't be long. Uh-oh. Can you see me? I'm moving forward. What's that you trying to get, Mom? A cup of water?
You can make and see too good.
I thought somebody had come in for a second, but I guess not. I heard somebody. My eyes are always nice and bright and clear. Look how bloodshot my eyes are. I look like I'm a wine and I don't drink. But my eyes are always red. Uh-oh. That means somebody's coming in. Hello, Miss Maya. Maya, she dropped her doll and was looking everywhere for it.
Oh, it's all the way under the bed.
Oh, man, she was, actually, I thought she was afraid she was going to get up. I got ready to call her. Because she was actually looking, hunting around for a second. You ready for the weekend?
Yes.
Good. You had a good week, I hope?
Yeah, it was okay. I'm just glad today's Friday.
I understand completely. Good for you. Well, you can take, you got your vaccine, so there's certain places you can go, you don't have to put the mask on anymore.
Yeah, but I'll still wear mine.
That makes sense because you still are around a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you don't want to take nothing home, and you don't want, you know. Yeah, I can understand that. I can understand that. Well, listen, I won't hold you up, but you have a great weekend.
You too, Mr. Dupree.
Okay, I love you, Mommy. Good to see you. You stay out of trouble, okay? You keep Miss Carter out of trouble too. Keep her straight too. So the two of y'all don't get no trouble.
Okay.
And I'll talk to you now. Hopefully, they may start visitations up a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Hopefully they did it.
Yeah, because I mean, I may be able to see her in a few days or something. So we can hope. But you take care of yourself. I won't hold you up. I know you got other things and stuff. Okay, you take care of yourself.
You too.
Okay, bye bye, Mommy. Love you. See you later. Goodbye, Miss Carter.
See you, Mr.
Okay, you take it. You turn it off. I hold it till you turn it off. Okay.